Your sister can help
I witam
us.
wszystkich bardzo serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku z serii
Although
Zagrajmy w
just a
Grę o Tron.
handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Chyba jesteśmy w Przystani Królewskiej, tak mi się wydaje. I wcielamy się już w trzecią postać, Mira Forrester. Mamy 3 postacie w tej grze. Ciekawe, czy będę mógł doprowadzić do śmierci każdej z nich. Jakiś list niedokończony.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the
To jest
city.
twój list,
I
Hym.
do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can. Asher sent me this
Moneta.
coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos. Ethan
Znak
made this for
rodu.
me.
I jeszcze brosza.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Elena.
Ciekawy ona ma strój w ogóle, lol. Taki trochę skórzany pancerz jakby. Zakurzona
Wonders
książka.
made by man, by Lomas Longstrider.
Bierze
A
świat.
gift from Roderick.
A Roderick już nie żyje.
I hope to see them all someday.
Owocki byś sobie zjadła czy coś? Why not? Spójrzmy przez okno. Na
King's
okolice.
Landing.
No tak, jesteśmy w Królewskiej
I wonder if
Przystani.
it's sunny at Ironrath today.
List od matki, o. Przeczytajmy.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Ta gra zaczyna się zamieniać w Heavy Raina. Mamy 3 postacie do kontroli. Chociaż w Heavy Rainie mieliśmy 4. No ale to już jakiś postęp przynajmniej. Już otwieram.
One moment.
Kto to?
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you.
Sługa.
I can come back later if you'd like.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Powinienem mu zaufać. W sumie nie wiem.
Begging your pardon, milady, but are you alright?
A co cię to
If you
obchodzi?
don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady.
Wolę mu się nie zwierzać. Jakiemuś sługusowi.
You work for Lady
Złota.
Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the
O
royal set,
fuck!
talking to Queen Cersei.
Zapomniałem!
Cersei?
O fuck, zapomniałem
They appear
stopera
to be having
włączyć.
some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House Forrester.
House Forrester?
Zapomniałem stopera
I
włączyć,
hope you're
fuck.
not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know.
Pewnie już 4 minuty są albo 5.
Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there. Good night, my lady.
Coś nam powiedział przynajmniej.
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
O, to jest aktorka, która podkładała głos Snow w
From the day you
The
arrived in
Wolf Among Us
Highgarden,
i
I
Bonnie w
thought
The
of you
Walking
more
Dead
as a
chyba.
friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
I need your help, my lady.
Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
O, super.
She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort, for what I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I
Oh,
wouldn't
Boże.
ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Nie lubię jej, nienawidzę wręcz.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
A jak jeszcze będzie z Joffreyem, to już w ogóle.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Zobaczymy, jak to będzie.
Good luck.
Najwyżej ją zwyzywam. Nienawidzę tej postaci, naprawdę. O, Tyrion jest. Może weselej będzie przynajmniej.
You can do this.
Okej. Idziemy. Straż.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel. I
Fuck
see.
you!
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg
Nie
your
będę
pardon,
klękał
Your
przed
I
Grace.
wasn't
tą
talking to
szmatą.
you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
Widzisz?
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the north.
If you would
Już
give her the
zaczyna
chance
się.
to explain.
Perhaps she can explain why the Foresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
They are noble, not traitors, Your Grace.
Noble? Perhaps once. For a northern house. But now they're merely dead. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
No nie wiem.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Właśnie.
It raises an
Do
interesting
każdego masz
question, I
spiny.
suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall?
Nienawidzę
Our
jej.
dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
She was just following her heart, Your Grace.
And the very same heart so quickly led her to my son.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Coś się
Loyalty can be
szykuje
such a hard
niefajnego
thing to
znowu.
define. The city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what
O
would you do
Boże.
then?
Ale
I'm
pytania.
sure she
Let the
would.
girl answer the question. Go on.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace. I serve at her pleasure.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
She's headstrong, isn't she? Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl. But not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Tyrion.
I'll walk you out.
To sobie z nim pogadamy,
This
on
may
jest
come as
spoko
a surprise,
przynajmniej.
but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
These are trying times, my lord. My family fears what might happen now that the Boltons rule the north.
They must still answer to the crown. You shouldn't forget that, nor should they. You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei,
Jebać Cersei.
she will not soon forget what you said.
Mam to w dupie.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I don't particularly like her.
That was fairly apparent to everyone. My sister and I have our differences.
Pewna.
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Why
It
not?
may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even
Ja mu
suggested
zaufam,
such
bo
a
on jest
thing.
It's a risk
spoko.
I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
O,
3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the
no, prawda. Ned Stark tu zginął. Dosyć szybko. A był najporządniejszą postacią. No,
Mira,
ktoś do nas
I was
przychodzi.
worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
Dobrze.
It's more than a little intimidating.
It went well.
Really? That's a relief. Cersei is known for being rather
Jest suką.
difficult. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
Put it back.
We're just having a bit of fun. That's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady
Kobiet.
Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what
To
that
by
would
chciał
be like.
poślubić Joffreya.
Would you marry Joffrey?
Nie!
Become
Nigdy! Nigdy!
He does have a certain look about him.
Nie za
And he's always treated
Joffreya!
Lady Marjorie well,
Nie!
which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not
Za
Joffrey.
Joffreya na pewno nie.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen
On
of
jest
the Seven
gówniarzem
Kingdoms.
zwykłym. I
I
tyle.
might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing?
No.
Well? Sarah?
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan.
Oj tam, oj
Allies
tam.
and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira.
Mam to gdzieś.
I'm just glad it's over.
Niech się pierdoli.
King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
people are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly.
A widzisz?
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my
Ale mają
lady.
papierowe ręce w tej
There's been
grze.
something on my mind. Something important.
Poproś o pomoc, nie proś o... Poproś o pomoc.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Sera z
It's
Dragon
about
Age'a.
my family.
I trust her.
Aha. Tak
I
czy siak.
prefer to speak with you alone.
Sorry bardzo. Podsłuchaj jeszcze.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know,
Oj
my
tam, oj
lady,
tam.
and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene?
O
Is the
Boże.
situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Zobaczymy jak to się skończy. Ciekawe ile tego nam jeszcze zostało. O, jest już nasz bohater. Ten pierwszy. Co to za krzyki, what the fuck? Chociaż wiecie co? Myślę, że tutaj zakończymy nasz dzisiejszy odcinek, bo już nie wiem ile nagrywam, więc to było na tyle w dzisiejszym odcinku. Żegnam się z wami Paladynem88, dzięki za obejrzenie tego odcinka, zapraszam do kolejnych odcinków. No i trzymajcie się, cześć!